18 competitors, 2 boats, 4¼ miles. The journey of their lives combining from the off, the sheer brute force it takes initially to shift a stationary vessel, with the absolute rhythm and togetherness required for smooth, swift movement. And this first minute is arguably the most important. This is the time to put down a marker, claim the stream, impose your rules on the race.
This is absolutely crucial. Cambridge on the Middlesex station want the advantage. The bend is coming in their favour very soon. They want to be as far ahead as possible. Oxford looking to neutralise that.
Cambridge went off at an incredible 49 strokes a minute there. So actually they're off at a fantastic pace that there's no way can keep going. They're looking to make sure they get their bows in front. But to me, it looks like Oxford have a very slight advantage coming up to the minute.
What they've achieved up to now is unsustainable. The proximity of the boats each to the other would be a pleasure for Robin Edgmond-Frey there in the Oxford boat, because the emphasis here is on Cambridge to make their start count on the Middlesex side. No holds barred along the Fulham Reach. This, in terms of stroke rate, the most up-tempo part of the contest. And Cambridge must impose themselves to be in a position to cash in on the first bend, the Fulham bend, which benefits them potentially by about 1/3 of a length. They must defend their water.
We would expect Cambridge to be leading here. They're a much more powerful crew. We know how big they are, and actually Oxford are leading them right now by about a canvas.
Oxford got the first warning from the umpire. Both crews were a long way apart as they went off the start, but Oxford came back in towards Cambridge, and I think that's Oxford's best chance now. The bend coming up will be in Cambridge's favour. I think Oxford have got to get in amongst them, maybe create a clash, create an incident, and stop Cambridge getting into that rhythm. Cambridge still a little bit high on the stroke rate, 38 strokes a minute. That's got to be costing them energy, but they are trying to get in front.
It is an exceptional start by the underdogs. This is not what you would have thought in advance, and the widely held expectation that Cambridge could get away is being put paid to by Nick Brodie here in the Oxford crew. They are just about transferred now from the mammoth early strain of boat movement into their race pace, and they leave behind them all the noise and the hullabaloo of the pubs and the boat clubs spilling out onto the Surrey shore as this public spectacle settles down into a private battle. Beyond the Black Boy, past the end of the Fulham Wall, at which point the race is deemed valid, blues are awarded, and on to Craven Cottage.
Oxford have done exactly what they needed to do so far. To be on the Surrey station in the early part of the race, they needed to get a lead. They've done that. We had a very good shot a second ago of Antti Kashurin just giving it everything in the Oxford stroke seat.
Yeah, the Oxford rowers are giving their cocks every advantage at the moment. They put in hard, and he's pushing Cambridge over. They're on to that first Middlesex bend. We passed Fulham football ground, and Oxford are trying to sort of bully Cambridge out round the bend and out of their rhythm.
You see Cambridge have just turned right there. They're taking their bend. They're taking their bend round to the right-hand side, which might give them about 1/3 of a length advantage.
Get down here now from Rebecca Dalbiggin, the Cambridge Cocks.
They're going crazy, boys. 5 more on the legs.
It was her calmness which won her the seat, Wayne, and she certainly doesn't seem over-animated.
No, I think she's doing a very good job there. She's telling her guys not to get too excited. Don't worry that Oxford has a slight lead. Let's stick to our game plan, stick to our rowing, have faith that we'll pull ahead eventually.
Comfortable distance between the 2 boats. They're reaching the milepost here towards 4 minutes, just about neck and neck. Oxford have the advantage. It's certainly outside record time, but it's quickish.
Yes, actually sort of good conditions we have here. Both crews have settled into their rhythm, about 36 strokes per minute, both of them. And actually they're coming together again now, but now it's really going to tell, because yeah, we've had the start, they've found their pace. Cambridge, I think, have settled into their rhythm, and yes, they seem calm, but now they've lost the inside of the first bend. The first bend is over, and from now on, as we approach Hammersmith Bridge, we come into the Surrey bend, which is going to be the advantage for Oxford there on the left-hand side.
Well, at the milepost last year, they were just about neck and neck. Cambridge, if anything, were just up, but the light blues had expended just too much energy recovering from their indifferent start, and it was from this point that the race slipped irreversibly away. Everything about this year is just a little bit different, not least the conditions. The umpire labouring to keep them apart still.
Actually, Rebecca's steering very well in the Cambridge boat there. She's pushed Oxford right over to that left-hand side. As I've said before, Oxford do have the advantage of the inside of the bend, but as we come up past Harris Depository, I think both crews are a long way over to that left-hand side. I think Cambridge are in the driving seat.
Along and past Crabtree Reach, about a quarter of the race behind them, 3 punishing miles still to row. Bodies are asking why, minds have no answer, but the spirit is willing, and the technique is metronomic, tirelessly rehearsed. Each stroke forensically broken down and built up again with the attention to detail of a Faldo golf swing. The outside shoulder, the inside shoulder, the core, the transfer of weight, the accuracy of the blade into the water, the commitment to length, clean catch, good finish. They're absolutely level. Past Harrods Depository, one of the contest's key signposts, coming as it does at the end of the straight and warning the crews that the race is reaching its pivot. The sharp Surrey bend, which will for the next mile or so work in favour of Oxford nearer the southern bank.
That's right, we've just seen the 2 crews going down a bit of a straightaway. That's where we'd expect to be able to see which crew is actually the faster on a straight course. Cambridge pulled back a little bit, but still haven't taken the lead. From this point on, the bend is going to be in Oxford's advantage, and Cambridge are going to have a big job going around the outside.
Yes, for the next 7 or 8 minutes, the advantage is going to be for Oxford. They've put the hard work in to stay level around the outside of the first bend, but they do have that advantage, so Cambridge are going to need to use that weight. They're going to need to use that rhythm, that experience, to hang on in there over the next 7 or 8 minutes.
This is turning into a good one. The underdogs have put in a shift here which has given them a chance. They've come round the outside of one bend, they now benefit from the inside of the next bend, and the pedigree in the Cambridge boat is going to have to live up to reputation now.
Well, Nick Brodie's just called for a push in the Oxford boat. They've just raised their rate of striking up to 36 strokes a minute again, and he called for a push, and I think it's brought them about a third of a length. Barney Williams talks about it being a key thing just before the bridge, but Oxford have pushed hard and are now trying to push over and push Cambridge wide.
Position on the water now is crucial under Hammersmith Bridge. The racing line, as we annually remind you, beneath the second lamppost from the left. The battle for the stream is intense now, and the battle from here to Mortlake looks as though it is going to be intense also. There is just about nothing between them at the halfway mark or close to.
The next couple of minutes are absolutely crucial for both crews. Oxford have got a bit of an advantage. This is their time to pull ahead and shut the door on Cambridge. Equally, Cambridge have got to keep themselves in the race for the next few minutes.
Umpire working very hard to keep these crews apart, actually. If there's a clash now, it could be terminal for one of the crews in the race. Umpire is warning both crews to separate.
To this point, through sheer good fortune as much as judgment, they've threaded their oars between each other. I don't think there was any contact, but they came perilously close. But this is a key bend. Up to now it has been a northwestward journey, but it is now that the Cox resets the compass and begins a southwestward steer. Change of boat direction, change therefore of relative wind direction and water condition. This is the moment when the race can suddenly feel different.
That's right, this is where we had the horrible conditions last year, but here we see the water's quite good, and we're actually getting a very accurate sense of which crew is the faster one. And at the moment, Oxford still have the lead.
Oxford edging away. Rebecca Zavigan in the Cambridge Cox's seat. She's telling her crew to hang on in there. She's asking for that little bit more effort from her guys, saying that there's another bit more to come out of that bend.
Direct! Direct! Yeah, you're moving on them just with that change. Direct! 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 Good boy!
Rebecca's still standing quite relaxed there, but things are going to get very urgent for the Cambridge crew very soon if they let Oxford slip away anymore.
There are some prepared to say that an Oxford win here would be the biggest upset since the year of the mutiny, 1987. Oxford have a lead. Always a great stage of the race, this, for crowd noise as the crews pass all those wonderful old Hammersmith Riverside pubs. The venue for many hundreds of friends reunited on boat race day. And now right at the tightest part of the turn, St Paul's School, a feeder of so many good young athletes into the Oxbridge system. Both sides had a lot of boys from that establishment in their squads this year, and Nick Brodie urges them on. I'll now think back a year and remember how the scenery changed from here. This is where Cambridge hit a wall of water, where Mother Nature took up her oar and belted them with wind and waves, where the issue of Oxford's pump and Cambridge's lack of one became an issue where the result was put beyond doubt. It is still very much in doubt now.
It's very much a very good rowing race. We've got no adverse conditions, and what we've had is a clean race so far. I've been very impressed with that.